The Texas A&M Aggies are at odds of plus 8,000 to win the 2016 College Football National Championship, and they are at odds of plus 1,500 to win the SEC Conference Championship. Last season saw the Aggies go 8-5 straight up, 5-8 against the spread, and 6-7 on the over-under. The accomplishments of big-name quarterbacks Johnny Manziel and Kenny Hill are a thing of the past, and now Kyle Allen gets his chance to be that guy as he attempts to lead this team into the near future at the quarterback position. The sophomore Arizona native out of Scottsdale hopes to build his own legacy after replacing Manziel, a Heisman winner, and Hill, the guy who broke Manziel's single-season passing record in his first ever game at College Station last year. Aggies head coach Kevin Sumlin leads Texas A&M into their fourth season in the SEC. His first move was starting Johnny Football as a freshman, and that worked out pretty well despite his issues in the NFL. The Aggies had mixed results in the 2014 season with a 7-5 regular season, earning them a battle with West Virginia in the Liberty Bowl, which the Aggies won 45-37 to finish the year. Texas A&M is not going to be seen as a powerhouse this season, and the Aggies are ranked just outside the preseason top 25. In fact, most outlets have them expected to finish in the middle of the pack in the SEC West. Kyle Allen may not have the flash or the confidence of Johnny Football, nor does he have the same makeup as Kenny Hill, so it is now time for him to start his own legacy in College Station. Hill transferred to TCU and will sit out this season watching Trevin Boykin establish himself as among the best in the Big 12. Allen took over for Hill late in the season and finished the year with a Liberty Bowl MVP trophy after leading the Aggies to a 45-37 win over West Virginia. In only 5 starts, he threw for 1,028 yards and 12 touchdown passes. He is much more of a pocket passer than a runner out of the backfield, and he will have some talent around him this season. Speedy Noyle, remember that name, because he is going to be on the field in both the offensive unit at wide receiver and returning kicks and punts again on special teams. Noyle accumulated 645 return yards and caught 46 passes for 583 yards and 5 scores as a freshman, and he has expectations all around him this season. Joining Noyle at wideout are 2 returning starters who combined for over 100 catches and 1,300 yards, while adding 17 scores. Josh Reynolds and Ricky Seals-Jones were integral parts of the success of the passing offense that was 12th in the nation a year ago. Defensive coordinator John Chavis comes over to College Station after 5 years at LSU defensive coordinator position and linebackers coach in Baton Rouge. LSU finished 3rd in the nation against the pass, 5th in points allowed, and 9th in total defense last season. The Aggies paid him $1.7 million to leave LSU in hopes that he can repair a team that was 102nd in total defense and last in the SEC in numerous categories. One thing any team needs to be successful is to have defensive ends who are quick, athletic, and strong, and Chavis has 3 guys who can fill that role. Myles Garrett was a consensus 2014 freshman All-American and a freshman All-SEC selection as a freshman, after an 11.5 sack season put him on the radar, and Julian Obiaha and Deshaun Hall will likely rotate on the right end. The offense should be able to get the job done, so the question will be whether or not John Chavis can come into the program and fix the defense. He is certainly an upgrade as coordinator, and we will expect that he does at least bring up their defensive stats from the ones delivered in 2014. The schedule will not be that daunting as they play their first 6 games in Texas and another neutral game in Arlington. The Aggies will only have to visit Mississippi, Vanderbilt, and LSU this year. For our pick and prediction, we see a 7-win season at College Station this season, which will obviously be good enough for another December bowl bid, but there will likely not be any titles being played for. The growing process will help, and this team could have what it takes to be taken more seriously next season in the SEC, but they will at least hold their own this year and could win a few overs along the way. For our Texas A&M Aggies betting predictions, check out the Bang the Book Betting Center. And don't forget that the Bang the Book Betting Center is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sportsbooks.